Harry Moskoff, thanks for being with us. You're an
Thank you.
investigative archaeologist, you're a media producer, and you're also working on a project that you were
Yes.
privy to some information. Tell us about that.
Yes, this is my favorite project, latest and greatest, so to speak, amongst the other all the projects I've done. But this is something I'm very much excited about. It has to do with the Vatican, with this whole museum exchange project. Other investigations I've done in my research have been more or less dealing with underground tunnels and location of different items, sacred artifacts. But this is something much more concrete. We're dealing with the Vatican and the museum and Byzantine items there, sacred ritual items, and bringing them out, bringing them out into the open, and a whole proposal. I've been to Rome 3 times already, and I know you were there as well, and it's very very exciting. This is the latest.
Yeah. What is the proposal you have for the Vatican?
I was actually asked to do this proposal. Originally, going all the way back, I was approached by a lawyer, a Jewish lawyer that was doing a case, a high-profile lawyer. He was doing a case in France, and as part of that case, he was researching at the National Library of France for about a week or so. After that, what he found, being there in a week, and he had his documents, and he came across this actual document saying that there were gifts given to the Pope. This is in the year 1204. And I actually have the exact quote over here of what was given, etc. Byzantine items given to Pope Innocent III by Baldwin I, who had just become emperor. And before that, he was a knight, if you know the history during that period. And he wasn't on great terms with the Pope at the time. This is the year 1204, Pope Innocent III. And he decided to send some of these items, gifts, over to the Pope. And we're talking about things like incense shovels and silver trumpets and things, scrolls of that nature, in order to, I guess, get the relations going a little bit better. So that's how the whole thing started. I have this whole, exactly where to find this material. Here I am in the Vatican after meeting with Dr. Mario Bosco, a really nice guy. And by the time I got to meet him at the Scavi office, I had to go through who knows how many Italian police, Vatican police, Swiss guards, you name it, just to get into the office. Pretty amazing. And I saw actually one of the gateways going down. That should be in about an hour, God willing. But this is pretty incredible here at the Vatican. No question about it. Just to get a glimpse of the splendor of it. It's kind of unbelievable. The marble floors, and I've never seen anything quite like it. The solid gold ceilings and just the extravagance. It's really wow. The wow factor is right up there, put it that way. A kilometer away is the entrance actually to the regular museum, and but I'm pretty sure they're connected underground. We know that there's 4 kilometers or so of spiraling galleries underneath, at least 4, underneath the St. Peter's and underneath the museum itself. So here we went down to the lowest level, which is very interesting, very dark and very spooky, but interesting. And the next step is to see where they hook up together at the Vatican Museum, God willing. And we also have, it was indicated to me that the Holy See is cooperating. As per email from the Secretary of State over here at Vatican City, His Eminence Cardinal Paradin. So we do have the, how do you call it, approval, I guess you could say, the permit to move ahead with this, and step by step. Peace out. to make a long story short, when he approached me and said, look, we have this, can you look into it? You're an investigative reporter, this is what you do. Check it out. So I decided to go first to different areas. I went to the papal nuncio, the ambassador, the Vatican's ambassador to Israel, His Excellency Archbishop Ilana. So that was he was very helpful. He called it a noble cause. He got me into the Vatican once I was there. And also even the ministry here, the Ministry of, the Bureau of Foreign Affairs, let me get this right, Bureau of World Religion.
Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Correct, thank you. So they're also silently behind this, and also a bunch of NGOs, right-wing NGOs, etc. So I'm sort of unofficially official, getting in there and doing this. So the first time I was in correspondence with the Vatican, with the director of the excavations at the Scavi over there, and all these names were given to me originally by the nuncio, and I'm very thankful to him. He was right behind me, and essentially gave me the entrance ticket and said, why not go for it? And I also met with our ambassador there, our ambassador to the Holy See, and who said, there's nothing to lose, why not go for it? So once I got to answer your question, once I got to the Scavi department, so the director, who was very gracious to me, once I got past all the security.
We're talking, you're at the Vatican now.
Yeah, we're at the Vatican, and it's right beside the residence of the Pope, and all the internal offices, Fabricio, they call it, of St. Peter's Basilica. At any rate, so I got in there, and he actually, after a great tour, an English tour, going all the way down to the necropolis, etc., so he said, listen, why don't you write a proposal? He thought of it. Submit a proposal and for an audiovisual presentation, describing and actually, showing for the first time some of these objects, not just in that place, the necropolis, but also in the Vatican Museum.
So the idea that hopefully you'll be able to go down there with a camera crew or camera to be able to film some of these artifacts that probably hadn't been seen in centuries.
Big time.
By the public.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have evidence to a certain degree right here. And I'll just, the whole thing, there was a symposium called The Year 1200 by Francis Averill at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and there we say exactly what happened, what the actual letter, the document that says Barazzi, master of the Temple of Lombardy, is charged by bringing to the Pope a real treasure, a marvelous treasure, and how it was blocked by a docker's strike, the whole actual history of it, and in French, exactly where this is recorded, and why and how that relates to actual treasures that were originally from Israel during that time, the Byzantine era.
So in the world today, right now, we're seeing sort of this idea of restitution, of using, or either revealing artifacts like this, or actually sending them back to the original owner. I think the Vatican did something with Greece. Is that true?
Oh, big time. That was huge. That was a game changer. I think it was 2008 where the Pope actually sent the first fragment of the Parthenon back to Greece, and then. Put it this way, we were able to find out that there are more items there.
Today, I've got something truly mind-blowing to share with you. We're diving deep into the hidden treasures of the Vatican Museum. You won't believe what's been uncovered. Let's get started. So here's the scoop. Harry Moskoff, the brilliant mind behind some of the most fascinating heritage projects, has been on an incredible journey. His latest adventure? Unveiling sacred artifacts from the Byzantine era and ancient Jewish antiquities, all hidden within the Vatican Museum. Now let's talk about these artifacts. Imagine ancient relics steeped in centuries of history and mystery. These aren't just any artifacts, they carry immense cultural and religious significance. We're talking about items that have been lost to time only to be rediscovered in one of the most secretive places on Earth. What makes this even more fascinating is the location. The Vatican Museum, with its grandeur and secrecy, adds an extra layer of intrigue to these discoveries. It's like stepping into a hidden world where history and faith converge in the most unexpected ways. Now, I know what you're thinking. How did these artifacts end up in the Vatican? Well, the journey of these items is a story in itself. From ancient times to modern day, they've traveled across continents and through generations, each step adding to their rich tapestry of history. Harry Moskoff's work is a testament to the power of perseverance and passion. His dedication to uncovering these hidden treasures reminds us of the importance of preserving our heritage. It's a journey that not only brings history to life, but also connects us to our roots in profound ways. So there you have it. A glimpse into the secret artifacts discovered in the Vatican Museum.
This Baldwin I collected all this stuff and sent all of this to appease Pope Innocent III in Rome. Okay, now we know this because I was actually given letters through this Michel Calvo. He discovered totally accidentally in the National Library of France when Napoleon took over the Papal States, right? And one gave a history lesson in the 1800s. And he demanded that all of the different items from those areas, the Papal States, come to him. So Napoleon, for a long time, had a lot of these antiquities and had the letters. So this letters from Pope Innocent III saying, we have all this incredible lists, like a manifest, like an inventory of everything we have. Now, I have those letters that the National Library of France is sending, 2 at a time, slowly. And like I said, thanks to Michel Calvo, he's the one that's first started on this with the Shemaim, really divinely ordained, I'd say. And now, Michel Calvo.
That was the older man?
The older man, right.
Oh.
Yeah.
So could you say that again?
So he's an international lawyer, a French lawyer, and he came across, in the case that he was doing, he came across letters in medieval Latin, basically, from Pope Innocent III, and like basically correspondence between him and Baldwin I about these incredible imperial gifts.
What was the reference to the surname Calvo?
That's just the name of the researcher who called me and asked me specifically to do this. He knew my background as an investigative archaeologist and one of the things to my first book, etc. He said, "You're the guy," and he was right, as it turns out. So I presented this to the Vatican through a lot of diplomacy, going back and forth 4 or 5 times in the past 3 years. And the Vatican, like I said, they neither confirmed or denied having these items also. And why is that? Can anybody just guess why they would deny having even the Christian items and the Jewish stuff? And why would they be upfront about it? It's never been seen in public before. Everybody? Rosa?
Give it over again.
They want to. Right, they won't have to. Question is why? Why don't they want to give it over?
And return stolen items back to the original owner.
Oh, restitution. The R word. Repatriation. You know what? I don't even go there. I can't even step there because the state of Israel won't let me even mention it. And they're right. They're right. Because once you mention restitution, forget it. Once this thing goes through, if and when, they won't allow it. Right now we have the director of one of the museums in Tel Aviv. I would say they said they would pay a good amount of money to have the imperial gifts come to Israel. So the former museum director, Vatican museum director, told me personally that's not going to happen. There's no way. Unfortunately, the Gaza war put everything back, relations diplomatically with the Vatican, back quite a bit. And they won't let anything out of Rome itself. The main reason is, what did they find? This is the crazy part, okay? They may actually find, because it goes all the way back to the origins of Christianity and Jewish stuff, they may find things that theological problems. But it's all relative, that type of thing. The point is that they may find things that would make JC not into a godlike figure. But we're interested in getting a small amount, the 20% of the Jewish stuff. Where is it being kept? There's 2 places where it's being kept in the Vatican. I'll just get to my really gritty. One of them is called the Papal Collection, Papal Heritage Collection. which barely anyone gets to see. The other one's called the St. Peter's Treasury Collection. Well, you're probably familiar with some of these. Both at the Vatican. Most people have never seen, will never see. In fact, it's never been publicly shown on any exhibit whatsoever. This is one of the reasons, because it could cause a huge theological problem.